Many years ago I came to Coorg for a friend's wedding. It's an amazing place. There's so much history here, mostly anthropological if you ask me. History of a people whose origins are still, murky, doubtful. Some say they may be Rajputs who had come down. Some say that they may be descendants of Alexander who ran away here once things got too hot for them up north in the country.
From Bangalore, Coorg is 252 kilometers and 6 long hours by car. Driving past the scenic landscape, 10 kilometers off the Mysore-Kushalnagar highway is a tiny hamlet called Dornahali. Legend has it that a wooden doll resembling St. Anthony's was found on this ground. A farmer was plowing his fields when he dug up the doll, and miracles and omens were set in motion. He is considered to be a patron saint of all things lost and found. The healer in him answers all prayers. Driving half an hour further and on to Kushalnagar, the fluttering Tibetan flags we see make us pause. We follow the haunting sounds of chants to Bailakope. After the Chinese took over Tibet, refugees came here and they were settled in Bailakope. There is a Buddhist monastery that was re-established here in 1972 called Namdroling Monastery. This houses over 250 monks today. The ambience here is one of compassion and serenity. The first thing that catches your eye as you enter Madikeri is this larger-than-life figure of Field Marshal Cariappa. A Coorgi by birth, he was appointed as Commander-in-Chief of the Indian military in 1949 and among the only 2 Indian Army officers to hold that highest rank.
Whatever it is, they are a martial race. They've contributed much to the Indian Armed Forces. They are planters and they are lovely friends to have.
Sushi, that's my cousin Apachu. My mother's sister.
Hello.
And it's good.
Yeah. He's a typical Kodo with a long nose, wide open nostrils, intellectual forehead.
And bald.
And bald.
And bald.
And bald.
And bald due to their better house.
The man who started a family, we are known by the family name called Palekanda. Okay? And a Palekanda family was started by this particular gentleman called Apachu. Though we consider ourselves to be the tribes, of late more we've been merged into the Hindu beliefs and traditions. And this particular shrine that you saw there was the shrine of this man who started a family. And every year we pay our obeisance there, we pay our respects, go there. I mean, the whole family, all the family members get together, and there's a house called the Ainmane. Ainmane means the family house, where our ancestor took their birth, they lived there, and thereafter in that place we were born and brought up, and then we separated out once the place became too small. Each one started building his own house.
Called Kajaya, and Kajaya, and it's one of the traditional sweets of Coorg. This is chiroti. This is also another traditional sweet.
Rice, soaked and pounded.
And then
On the stone.
And then
Okay, and then you make a syrup out of jaggery, cook the rice in that, shape it into kajai and fry it.
We don't believe in Purohit or a Pandit or a priest coming and celebrating or making the blessing the couple there, or either the bride or the groom. It's only we take the blessings of the elders. Thereafter we end the function with a lot of fellowship, with a lot of homemade wines, and in good old days we used to have what is known as the Batta Sarai. Batta means paddy, Sarai means liquor.
200 grams of apricots, one bottle of brandy, then about maybe this much of sugar candy, crush the sugar candy, put everything together in a jar and leave it for 1 month.
and then it's ready.
It's ready, you just have to strain it.
Years ago, weddings are very traditional and custom oriented, and it's also full of food and liquor and dance.
Being in Coorg is a great place to unwind, great place to sit and talk to friends, great place to read, great place to go for walks, a great place to go and sit next to the brook with the water flowing quietly behind you. Things can get very languid here, but it's by choice. You know, if you love the quiet, if you love a slower pace, and at the same time you want to find enough to do, Coorg is the place. And that's why over a few visits I got to love this place and really look forward to kind of making at least part of my home here. And then I realized that working the land also is another lovely sensation. And this place has a wonderful agricultural tradition revolving mostly around coffee. Coffee is a single crop. It has reasonable amount of maintenance and work, but nothing that kills you and takes away from your quiet time or personal time. So I invested in a couple of small properties with coffee, and the great thing about coffee is coffee requires shade, and therefore you need to have trees on your estate. Trees bring with them another lovely element of nature, that's the birds. Coorg's collection of birds is fantastic, like I said earlier, from the hornbill to the woodpeckers, to the rollers, to the blue jays, to the minuets, to the orioles. What a collection. And often you hear them, you may not necessarily see them till you wake up and find one of them flitting past. And nothing better to do it all with a cup of coffee, you know, that aroma of a coffee grown and brewed by your own self. Fantastic. Cheers.